Morning guys. So today's going to be a bit of a maintenance day on the house because it's finally stopped raining. It actually looks like it's about to rain again, but it's finally stopped raining. So I think I'm going to do my weekly termite check. Also, last night while I was sleeping, it was incredibly noisy sound of, I guess it sounded like a rat. I'm pretty used to the rat noise at the moment because we do have quite a lot of rats up here. So one of the parts of living in the jungle. They really love to chew my solar light wires. So I'm going to get up on the roof and I'm going to have a look and see how many of the wires they've destroyed. They're a bit of a pain in the ass like that, but hey, it's part of living in the jungle. So I'm going to go find my little makeshift ladder that I've made and I'm going to climb up on the roof and I'll see what I'm in for. So this is my ladder that I've made out of like sticks and bits and pieces. And this is the part of the roof that has all the little solar panels and the larger solar panel for my EcoFlow system. This solar light appears to be working, but there was a lot of noise. So I've got some rat poison, I've got some electrical tape, and let's have a look and see what we are in for. Oh goody. So these are all my little solar panels up here. You can probably notice already there's all this loose wire running around, but I'm not sure. Let's go up for a closer look. I'm glad the sun isn't really out at the moment, otherwise this roof ends up being like a, I guess like a hot plate on an oven. So we've time to inspect the wires. This wire here on this one I have replaced about 6 times. I've got some heavy duty wire in the house. I think I might replace a lot of it. But here we go. So the rats have been eating this one that you can see. Give you a close-up look. They don't seem to eat this heavy duty wire. I think some of the new wiring, somebody commented on one of my TikTok videos or YouTube videos that some of the wiring, it's got almost like an organic coating on it. And that's why they ate all of my wiring in the road bike. So I guess if I just change it all to the heavy duty wiring, they'll stop eating it. Oh, this one over here is all eaten as well. See, this is a real pain because this is my big solar panel for my EcoFlow. And they're chewing into that as well. And there's not really much of a way to prevent them. You can get like a rat preventative spray, which I've used a couple of times. I did actually do something really funny to my motorcycle. They'd been eating all the wiring in that the other day as well. So I replaced all the wiring, well not all the wiring, replaced the damaged wiring in that. And then I got some of those stainless steel wool, you know, the kitchen pads that you use to scrub pots and stuff. I got some of that after I'd insulated all the wiring with electrical tape, and then I wrapped a huge amount of that around the wiring, and then I also wrapped it again with electrical tape, and then I got a product called Volca Seal, and it is like a it's almost like a sealant product for exterior use on, you know, roofing and that sort of thing, but it dries really solid. I put that all over the wires as well, and it seems to have worked. They tried to attack it. I checked the motorcycle this morning. They tried to attack it, and they couldn't get their little teeth into it. So, sorry rats, you can't eat my motorcycle anymore. Anyway, I'm just going to get down off the ladder. I'll get some electrical tape and some wiring, and I'll fix these wires. Good times, right? Right, so I've got my wiring, got my electrical tape. I'm not going to do like a full-on professional job. I'm just going to repair the pieces that are eaten. The reason being is they're just going to keep eating them anyway. It's almost impossible to get rid of rats. So it's just part of the, oh, it's so hot up here at the moment. It's just part of the, I guess the joy of living in the jungle. Right, let's get into it. I'm trying to stay in the shade, but good luck. Well, this light's completely ruined. As you can hear, guys, I'm a little bit out of breath because holy hecker, it is hot up here. When the full heat of the sun, there's not much I can do about it. Got a lot of sweat dripping off me at the moment. So a bit of advice for anybody who's thinking of coming and living in the Philippines. If you've never been here before and you just think, oh, that looks like such a beautiful place, I'm going to go live there, definitely come for a holiday first to check out the heat and the intense humidity, because it's pretty intense. I am literally, without a word of a lie, dripping water off myself. See, as I say, I'm just doing a really basic repair here today. I'm just twisting the wires together. Just make sure when you put them down on the roof, they don't contact with the roof. There's not much electricity generated by these small solar panels, but it is enough to give you a little bit of, when I say a little bit, a very small shock. It's not going to kill you or hurt you, but it's certainly going to make you go, ooh, I don't want to do that again. Individually wrap these wires with electrical tape. I do have some rat poison as well that I'm going to stick up here in the corners of the roof. And hopefully I'll catch some of these little beggars. Well, I wouldn't even call them little. They're jungle rats. They're enormous. The size of a small cat. I don't really want to encounter one either because of the amount of diseases that they have. And I don't know if you guys have ever been bitten by a rat. They've got a pretty damn strong bite as well. So they can quite easily bite through your finger, cause a bit of damage. And being up here in the middle of nowhere, medical attention for rabies or something is not that easy to get. Oh no, completely destroyed that one over there too. So the other wire that they've eaten, I'm just looking now, the other wire that they've eaten is actually fallen off the side of the house. So I've got to get down again and sort that out. Oh well. Whew. Well, I'm glad all the wiring's repaired. And obviously I'm glad because look at this pool of water down here. See all this water here? All these water drips? It's not raining, that's my sweat. Right, time to place the rat poison and then get off this roof. I think the next job I'm going to do is crawl under the house and do a termite check. Aye. Right, so now guys, I've got to get under the house. As you can see, there's not a very big spot, but I'm quite large. But this is what we've got to do. Well, what I have to do every few weeks is I actually have to crawl under here and do a termite check. See what I'm in for. So, in we go. It's a little bit tight for somebody my size. Sometimes I do get some of the smaller Filipino guys to come and do the job, but I don't mind it too much. It's just a bit of a check. So basically I have to look around and see if I can identify any termite tracks or anything, any wood boring insects or anything like that, and yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm looking for. So there's not much room under here. I think there's about, I'm pretty sure from recollection I made the piles 400 millimeters high. So there's all these rather large concrete piles. I've got this nice new light for the side of my camera, which is really handy for dark spaces. So this is the underside of the house. It's completely clear of anything apart from piles and timber. And the timber, all of the timber joists have They've all got 3 coats of selenium on them and 1 coat of it's like waterproof termite resistant paint. I had that left over, well, not even left over. I bought that green colour thinking it was a different colour. I bought it for something else and I didn't really like the colour, so I decided the only option that I could possibly have was use it under the house where nobody can see it. But it seems to be working pretty well. There's no termites. It's all super solid. They don't obviously like the flavour of paint or selenium. So it's looking pretty good. I can't identify any termites. I can't identify any termite tracks. I don't really need to look too hard or too far. From, if you can see the furthest pile over there, you can see some really old termite tracks. But they seem to make the tracks up to the timber. They realise that the timber is not edible and they're not really interested in eating it. And then they sort of disappear and their tracks fall off. But I do... Oh, sorry, bugs and stuff up my nose. I do put selenium on the concrete as well, so the concrete piles, so try and prevent them from climbing up the concrete piles. A lot of people have suggested that I put some selenium in the soil around the piles or some used car oil or something like that. But I really don't want to do that because the dogs, the 2 puppies that we've kind of adopted, the local puppies, they like to come into the house and sleep under the house, and I don't want to poison them. So I don't want them getting interested in eating some of the selenium soil. Sorry, there's so many bugs. Yeah, so it's all looking pretty good. Now I've got the difficult task of crawling out from underneath the house. I don't know. It's actually quite relaxing under here, and the temperature is quite pleasant. I can see why the dogs like it under here. Maybe I'll stay under here, have a bit of a rest. It's definitely better than being up on the roof. No, I've got to get out. I'm completely covered in dirt. It's fine. Right, the next thing is I've got a couple of other little jobs that I want to do, so let's get out of here. Oh, shit. Oh, there's not much room under there. Oh. Well, it's a dirty job, right? But somebody's got to do it. Right, next thing, I might check all the drains. We do have a bit of a storm coming. I think it's supposed to hit Luzon mostly, but the tail end usually gets us anyway. So I'm going to check all the drains and make sure they're all clear. Check a few other things. Well, the next little thing that I've decided I want to do is we have these growing plants on our daughter's room, and I attached a piece of bamboo a few weeks ago and then cable tied the stalks to it because I want it growing over the whole wall. I basically want that wall to look like a forest. So I'll just stand back a little bit. I want that plant growing over the whole thing. So I need to attach another piece of bamboo to the concrete and attach some more cable ties. And I have a really, really quick, cheap, effective, easy way to do it. Basically, I drill some holes into the concrete with a masonry drill bit, attach a piece of bamboo. Up here in the jungle, it's very difficult to find nylon wedge anchors or some sort of, little nylon product to connect the nails into the concrete. So one thing I learned, a really cheap, effective way of doing it without having to buy the correct product, as long as it's not structural, is basically you just drill an undersized hole with a masonry drill bit, and then you hammer 2 of the same diameter as the hole, nails, into that hole, and it secures it really, really well. So, actually 3 nails, I put 3 nails in that one. Secures it really well. You just drill an undersized hole and, nail some just normal nails into it. As I said, it's non-structural. It's not the most, it's not the strongest way of doing it, but hey, it's holding a plant up. It's not holding a shelf. It's not holding any sort of weight. It's holding a plant up. So if you're struggling to figure out how you're going to attach things to concrete and it doesn't weigh much, honestly, just drill a hole and force some nails into it and it should hold pretty well. So anyway, I'm going to get onto that now. Right, so please don't laugh at my makeshift ladder. We don't need ladders up here in the jungle. We make things out of sticks and nails that we've got left over. So you pretty much just grab your bamboo and you drill a hole in it. It's hard to get the pressure and the leverage being up here on a ladder. Oh. And unfortunately here in the Philippines I don't have a tool belt, so I have to constantly get up and down the ladder. Come on, chit. So we'll grab some little nails. I couldn't find the right size nails, so I'm just going to force more into the hole, but we assess the size of the hole. That looks like it takes about 4 of these 2-inch nails. And I've got my lovely jungle hammer made from a nice big strong piece of wood. But now we force our nails in. Boom, 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 boom. Find our hole. It's in here somewhere. Right, and you make sure you force all the nails in at the same time and they spread out as you're banging them in. I split the bamboo, but it doesn't really matter too much because it's non-structural, as I explained before. It is simply holding up the plant. That's all it's for, but it's hard getting any pressure up here to force this in. I think that hit a hollow. Still another one. I think that one had a hollow as well. Maybe the guys didn't put that much concrete in the hollow blocks. But it doesn't really matter too much, as I say. We're just holding up some plants. And then hopefully it covers the whole wall and it looks like a bit of a jungle. Oh, it's so difficult working without a tool belt. I have to hold everything individually. I'm not used to it. In New Zealand I had an enormous tool belt with all the cool tools, but I don't really feel like buying a tool belt up here because I don't really want to work that much because it is so incredibly hot. Oh, I'm sweating like crazy at the moment. Sweat dripping everywhere. And now we're going to grab our cable ties. We're going to be gentle with our nice little plants. Always be gentle with the plants. Big fan of plants, so we have to be nice to them. So we'll cable tie this up. And eventually as it grows over further around the room, we just put more and more of these up. And then we completely cover it. Oh. But I can't wait for this to be done actually, because very wet from all the sweat. Well, we're getting a few tasks done today. Now I need to go down and check on the hut. It's a bit of a feast for the termites. They seem to love it because it's all untreated, natural timber. So we'll just go for a little bit of a walk down there. The ground's still wet, but absolutely love this hut. If anybody ever comes to the Philippines and builds himself a house, if you've got enough land, definitely build yourself a hut. I'll just go for a little bit of a walk around here. Oh, it's very slippery. And I'll show you how cool this little place is. This is my little sanctuary where I can, oh, got Sunny over there. It's where I guess I can hide from the girls when they annoy me, or I annoy them and they kick me out of the house, either one. But it's a pretty cool little place. It's just completely in the bush. This is the front side of it. It's not open. It looks on the camera like it's open, but all of these areas I've put mosquito netting all the way around it. You don't need any windows or walls or anything like that because it is so hot up here. It sits up on these little piles and set into the concrete. I think out here though, coming out and maybe attaching to this tree, well actually no, I won't attach to this tree because the tree will grow and my hut won't grow. But anyway, I'm thinking about putting a little terrace out here, coming out to where I am, so maybe 2 meters out, and just another little place to relax. But it's so peaceful down here. The only issue that I've got is sometimes, even though we're in the middle of the jungle and with the hut down here, sometimes it's even too humid down here. So I need to get a solar powered fan or something down here because there's no electricity down here. I don't want to run any electricity down here, but maybe another little solar unit or something, just for a fan, because it does get very, very warm in here. But awesome relaxing little spot. I got my cool little hammock that it's just great to relax in the hammock. But one thing you have to do when you get into this place, you just got to do a little bit of a visual check for snakes or other things. Yeah, we do have all this netting. See, this is it's all netting. So the netting is all the way around. So it does prevent a lot of things from getting in here. It doesn't prevent everything from getting in here. But another thing you've got to make sure that you do is you just don't leave any food scraps or anything that could entice rats or other animals to get in here. But it seems like it's pretty clear at the moment, which is good, really good. Oh, we've got a spare hammock up here as well. Yeah, we've got a little hammock. It doesn't work too well for heavy people though, because if you lie in that, it's like almost like a fishnet. It's quite thick, but it's almost like a fishnet. Heavy people like myself, if you lie in that for too long, your body starts to turn into like Swiss cheese pattern on the back. Actually becomes a little bit painful, to be honest. So hut check is all done. Not too sure what I'm going to check on next. It looks like the rain's coming, so maybe I'll check on the guttering on the house and make sure it's clear of leaves. It's just something that you have to do very regularly, especially being all the way up here in this place. You know, we've got all the trees constantly shedding their leaves and putting them in the gutters. So sometimes they overflow and it becomes a bit of a pain, but whatever. I think Mary's doing the gardening. She loves doing the gardening, so she's doing the gardening at the moment while I do all the checks. And I think if it starts raining today, I'll go down and I'll check on the driveway drainage and I'll see how it's gone. But these are all of Mary's plants around here that she gets in pots. We just find them around the property, or we find them from family members or something like that. We put them in pots. This is our little pineapple farm. You wouldn't really call it a farm, but we've got multiple pineapple plants down here. Can't wait for them to grow. Let's go have a look at the chickens. This is their little house. As I've explained in some of my other videos, this was initially supposed to be a large vegetable garden for tomatoes and lettuce and that sort of stuff, but because it's been raining so much, nothing really grows in here. So we'll let the chickens take it over. There's no eggs today. Beautiful calamansi tree down here. So the garden's looking really good. Got all these beautiful red plants that are going to create a hedge. Mary's had to put all these sticks in with the plants, otherwise the dogs, I don't know, they love digging in newly planted plants. I guess the smell of the soil or something. But it's good that there's no rain today. Oh, yeah, anyway. But there's not really much progress on our fruit tree forest. They're not really doing much. These are all fruit trees, where all the sticks are. These are all fruit trees. Rambutan, mangosteen, some other things that I'm not sure what they are because Mary planted them. We do have our lemongrass field growing, which is really good. One of my favorite drinks is a cold lemongrass drink with citrus. So you put some orange peel, some lemon juice and some calamansi juice in it. You boil the lemongrass to get all the flavour out of it. You put that all together with some ice and it is just such a beautiful drink. I think the first time I had it when we went to South Palms Resort, which the video's on my page if you guys want to watch it. I went to South Palms Resort and that was the first drink that they serve you on entry into the reception area when you're checking in, and just absolutely fell in love with it. What a flavour. I've always been a big fan of citrus, but lemongrass and citrus, amazing. Anybody wants to try it, try it. It's just, don't put too much lemongrass in it though, otherwise it tastes a little bit weird. So yeah, the driveway planting's going well. All these beautiful trees that we've planted. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that none of these plants were here when we got here. None of the landscaping was done. This was just a field. But these banana trees are enormous. They provide a lot of shade. So we've planted more here and here. And we've obviously got our coconut trees coming down the driveway. So when they're really large, when they're about the size of these banana trees here, they're going to create so much shade for the driveway, which will be good because I don't really drive the truck up the driveway. So I want all of this mud to be completely covered in grass. And then eventually I'll probably put like a concrete walking track starting over here. I park the truck over here. I'll probably put a concrete walking track going all the way over here and then kind of up the hill over here, just so the driveway stays all grassy. But I think that's about it for the maintenance today until it starts raining. The rain is definitely coming in. So when it does rain, which is probably in about 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I'll go down and I'll show you guys how the rain has been going with the driveway. I don't know yet, I haven't really tested it. So let's see how it goes.